Pretties, it's me, the Queen of Lions. Today we are back with Shadow Tales episode 22. Now, before I get started with this episode of Shadow Tales, I want to say I do apologize for not making any of these Shadow Tale videos in a while. Last time I did one was sometime in September. I've been kind of wanting to take a break from doing those videos for a little while, so yeah. Mainly because I kind of lacked motivation for it. I decided I would go ahead, tell you, why I haven't uploaded any of these videos in a while. But yeah, anyways, today with Shadows and Shadow Tales, we're going to be doing a story called The 12 Brothers, written by the Brothers Grimm, and this is a retelling of the story. So, anyways, let us begin. There was once upon a time a king and a queen who lived happily together and had 12 children, but they were all boys. Then the king said to his wife that if the 13th child which you are about to bring in this world is a girl, the 12 boys shall die in order that her possessions may be great, and that the kingdom may fall all to her alone. Even her caused her 12 coffins to be made, and which they were already filled with shavings, and laid each a little death pillow, and had them taken to a locked up room, where she gave the queen the key to it, and bade to her not to speak of this to anyone. Her mother, however, sat down and lamented all day long until the youngest son, who is always with her, and who is she named Benjamin, and said to her, "Dear mother, why are you so sad?" "Dearest child," she answered, "I may not tell you." But he had not let her have no rest until she went and locked into the room, and showed him the 12 coffins filled with shavings. Then she said, "My dearest Benjamin, your father had made these coffins for you and your 11 brothers. If I bring a little girl into the world, you are all going to be killed and buried within them." As she wept while saying this, the youngest son comforted her. "Weep not, dear mother, we will save ourselves, and go hence." But then she said, "Go forth in the forest with your 11 brothers, and let us sit constantly alone on the highest trees that can be found, and keep watch and looking towards the tower for the castle. If I give birth to a little son, I will put up the white flag, and then you may venture to come back. But if I bear a daughter, I will hoist the red flag. Then you will fly hence as quickly as you are able to, and may God protect you." After she had blessed her sons before they went into the forest, they kept each other in watch in turn, and sat at the highest oak, and looked towards the tower in 11 days. It had passed, and turn came to Benjamin, and saw the flag was being raised. However, it was not white, but it was blood-red flag, which announced that they were going to die. When the brothers heard that, they were very angry and said that they will all suffer for death for the sake of the girl, and they swear that they will avenge themselves. "Wheresoever we find a girl, the blood red shall flow." Thereupon they went deeper into the forest, and in the midst of them all, where the darkness they found a little bewitched hut, which was standing empty. Then they said, "They will dwell here, and Benjamin, who is the youngest and weakest, shall stay at home and keep the house safe while the others go and fetch food." They went into the forest and shot hares, wild deers, birds, and pigeons, and whatsoever there was to eat, as they took to Benjamin, who had dressed it for them in order to make appease their hunger. They lived together for 10 years in the little hut, and time did not appear for a long time. Their little daughter, which was the mother and the queen had given birth to, was now grown up, and she was good at heart. Her hair of face and her golden star on her forehead once was a great washing. She saw the 12 men's shirts among the other things, asked her mother who the 12 shirts belonged to, and as they said, "They are too small for their father." So the queen answered with a heavy heart, "Dear child, these belong to your 12 brothers," said the maiden. "Where my 12 brothers first, I have never seen yet them before," she said. "Who knows where they are?" The maiden opened the chamber and showed her the 12 coffins with shavings and death pillows. "These coffins," said she, "were destined for your brothers, who went away secretly before you were born, and she related to how everything would have happened. She said, dead. She took her 12 shirts and went forward straight into the great forest. She walked the whole day, and the evening came to be witched hut. Then she entered it and saw a young boy, and asked where did they come from. I am the king's daughter, she said, when the boy asked her where she was from, and I am seeking my 12 brothers. As I will walk as far as the sky as blue until I find them. But no, answer he, you shall not die. Seat yourself in this tub of your 11 brothers to come. Then I will soon come to an agreement with them, said the young girl. So the brothers did so, and then when the others came back from hunting and their dinner was ready, they were all sitting at the table eating. They asked what the news were. Benjamin said, don't you know anything? They don't know it. But eventually they found out that there was the princess, the king's daughter, who of course was going to be something to the boys. Of course, upon at home prepared to the wonderful feast, and when they sat down and drank and ate the gladness of food. However, the little garden belonging to the bewitched house, wherein stood 12 lily flowers, which were likewise called student lilies. She wished to give her brothers pleasure, and plucked 12 of the flowers. She thought that she would present her brother with each and every one at dinner, and that something were changed. The flowers changed and became 12 ravens, and they flew away into the forest, and the house and the garden vanished likewise, and now the poor maiden was alone in the woods. No, said the woman, there is one in this whole world, but yet you will not save him by it. You are just dumb for 7 years, and you may not speak or laugh, and if you speak one single word, only the hour of 7 years is wanting. All is vain, and your brothers will be killed. Now, of course this was going on for the young princess, as she and the king came by and saw the beautiful king's daughter with a golden star in her brow, and was so charmed at her beauty that he called to ask if she would be his wife. She made no answer and nodded with her little head, so she climbed the tree himself, nor smiled, and lived happily ever after for a few years. The king's mother, who was a wicked woman, began to slander the young queen, and then said to the king that the common beggar woman who you brought back with you, who knows the tricks that she practices, gets secretly. At first the king would not believe it, but when the old woman urged this for so long and accused her for many evil things, the last thing the king let himself persuaded was sentenced to her death, and was great fire lightened by the courtyard, she was sent to be burnt. And the king stood above the window and looked down at her beautiful tearful eyes, but because he still loved her so much. And then there was bound to be stake when the fire was licking at the clothes with its red tongue. At the instant of 7 years expired, the whirling sound of the air, 12 ravens came flying down towards the place and sank downwards. When they touched the earth, they were 12 brothers, who she had saved. They tore the fire and extinguished the flames, set their dear sister free, and kissed and embraced her. It is how she has dared to open her mouth to speak. She has told the king why she had been dumb and never laughed. The king rejoiced when he heard that she was innocent, and they all lived greatly until their death. The wicked stepmother was taken to the jungle and put into a barrel filled with boiling oil and venomous snakes, and she died an evil death, while the brothers and the sister live happily ever after. And that, my pretties, was The 12 Brothers, a fairy tale written by the Brothers Grimm, retelling by me. I hope you all enjoyed this video, and if you did, please leave a like, hit the subscribe button, and ring the bell for notifications to when I upload. Yet again, I want to apologize for the lack of uploads of these type of videos. I will try and do them as much as I can, but yet again, who really knows when that will be. So anyways, my pretties, roll the outro because I'm out.